Hey guys, Plain and Simple Man here, and today I have an interesting video for you guys because today I'm going to talk about what it's like to be an old school gamer and how gaming has changed since the days that I started back in the 1970s. Yeah, the 1970s, guys. Serious. When horse and buggy ruled and we lived in adobe houses and we had to hunt for food to eat, right? Alright, well that's over your head, guys. That's lovely. But anyway, some of you guys out there might define old school gaming as somebody who grew up maybe playing the original Xbox, or maybe somebody who grew up playing the PlayStation 1, or maybe even the Sega Genesis. But when I talk about old school gamers, guys, I'm talking about somebody who grew up playing the Atari 2600 gaming console. That's right, guys, I am an old school gamer, and not only did I play the Atari 2600, but my parents actually purchased it from the store when it was brand new, and that's pretty amazing if you think about it, because that was a long time ago. Now, I didn't get it 30 years later from a garage sale or on eBay or from Amazon like a lot of gamers do who were born years later because they wanted to collect something vintage. No, not at all. This was my first console. It was the Atari 2600 purchased right from the store. And when it came out, it was one of those gadgets, guys, that if you asked 100 people if games would catch on, video games that is, I bet 75% would say not a chance. But I feel honored to be part of a fraternity of gamers that actually grew up when the gaming industry basically started. And I understand that not everybody's privileged to have experienced such an awesome thing while it was happening back in the 70s. But because I've experienced this, and I've seen the evolution of the video gaming industry grow, whether you're talking about consoles or PCs, it doesn't really matter. I thought I'd share my thoughts, opinions, and some of my experiences with you guys. Now, gaming back then was very, very simple. I mean, it was easy and it was purely fun because it was a brand new concept in entertainment. And nobody had ever done anything like this before because, guys, think about it. A television back in those days was basically just to watch the news or Monty Python or Saturday Night Live. So the thought of hooking a contraption up to a television and being able to control something on the screen was completely mind-boggling and revolutionary for its time. Think of it like this. When the Atari 2600 came out, it was like the Elvis Presley or the Beatles of home entertainment. And I'm not going out on a limb with this, guys, because it really was. It was the start of something really big, and it was bigger than I would ever even imagine. Back in those days, guys, we didn't worry about resolution. We didn't worry about frames per second. We just wanted to have fun. We couldn't wait to invite our friends over to play Space Invaders, Pac-Man, Galaga, Yar's Revenge, Home Run, Pitfall. And if you had an Atari 2600 early, most kids were envious because you were one of the cool kids on the block. It was simple back then, guys. We put a cartridge in the console, we turn it on, we play, we shut it off, and we go about our day. It was as simple as that, guys. My most memorable time was playing Pac-Man on the Atari 2600 when I was about 10. We would play till 3 in the morning, and my mom, of course she thought I was sleeping, and my cousin would come over, we would eat popcorn and Doritos, and yeah, there was Doritos back then, guys. I mean, we didn't have the crazy flavors of today. We had the nacho cheese. But, Doritos back then were made of wood and corn husks, and they didn't come in a bag, but they came in a big wooden crate. Yeah. Well, I'm kidding, guys, and, that was kind of supposed to be funny, but... Anyway, alright, those were my greatest memories with that console. But over time, guys, new technology came out. We saw the Commodore 64, the Intellivision, ColecoVision, 3DO, TurboGrafx, Nintendo Entertainment System, Sega Genesis, and the list can go on and on. I can talk about this for days. But to me, the Commodore 64 took my early teen years to a whole new level. I played Yar Kung Fu, I played Rambo, I played Bruce Lee, and other games. And I would get home from school, and if I didn't have any homework, guys, I'd play these games with my friends until I was blue in the face. But although each console or platform that came out improved our gaming experience, and it improved graphics, over time it was still about having fun, at least for me. And I still think of it that way until this day. It was great. Simple things, not complicated, plain and simple, man. Today, It seems like the gaming industry is way more complicated with the introduction of online gameplay, social media, gaming channels, streaming channels, and gamers are much more demanding and they're less appreciative of the technology that surrounds them. Now, to me, that's an opinion, but that's how I feel. That's what I'm seeing. I mean, gamers gotta have 1080p, 60 frames a second, or they're gonna complain. You know, they're pushing for this 4K, and if they don't get it, they're not going to be happy. And they're not happy if a game is developed on an old engine. I mean, I've heard it 1,000 times. They argue over what console's better. We've heard it. Which console sells more? Yeah, we've heard that too. Why PC is the master race? I'm actually kind of sick of that one. And they complain about other gaming channels. They complain about developers. I mean, I voice my opinions, guys, too, on specific things from time to time. You know, that's what my channel's about. But in many cases, I have to really reel myself back in, and sometimes I gotta think of the simpler times to remind me when gaming was simple, less complicated, and it was just fun. I always have to do this. I have to remember where I started as a gamer, where I began, where I've gone, where I am now, and where I might be going in the future. Because guys, it's easy to forget. For me, it's impossible to try to explain what it was like to be a gamer 35 years ago to somebody that was born now, or 1995, or 2004. It's not easy for me to do that. For some of you guys, the Xbox 360 or the PlayStation 3 was your very first console. Or maybe the PlayStation 4 or Xbox One. I mean, it's crazy to think about that. Compare that to the Atari 2600, and you guys are going to see how far we've come, but also how good we have it today. You know, and I wonder what gaming's going to be like 15, 20, 30 years down the road, and how much more complicated it's going to be. Can we actually get better graphics? I mean, the thought of it's mind-boggling. It's scary, but it's exciting at the same time. Where we are now, where we came from, and where we're heading. Now, guys, I'm curious as to what you guys think. Where do you guys think gaming is going, and what was your very first platform that you played on? Tell me in the comment section down below. Give it to me, guys. And remember, guys, as always, like, subscribe, comment. My name is Plain and Simple Man, and I gotta get out of here.